Hey everybody, welcome to the Dias Cast. I am Dalton Dye, your host. Thank you all for joining me. I got a little bit of a special episode today. Today's my first episode with a guest. I've brought in my wife today, Trina Dye. She's here to just tell you about what it's like being married to me. And she turned 30 today, so that's pretty awesome. She's the dirty 30. So yeah, let's get this started. How are you, Ben?
I'm great. And it's nerdy 30.
Nerdy 30?
No,
not
it's dirty 30.
Oh yeah, I don't really like dirty 30. I think that sounds cliche. Everybody
It sounds dirty.
Well, yeah, it definitely sounds dirty, but it sounds corny. Dirty
Yeah.
30. Do you feel dirty?
No, I was doing some like of my own research, you know, because when you turn 30, you're like, wow, I'm an adult.
Yeah, you got to figure out what it's all about.
You think you're an adult when you're in your 20s, and you think everybody else is just old.
Right.
And then when you hit 30, at least me, I don't know.
Has it been like that for you so far?
No, I actually, it's just been more insightful. I've been asking everyone else that's older than I am, obviously, what they wish they had done in their 30s, and like what are some life advice things, and just doing a little bit of that, and like sitting around in my head going, what if they asked me for a speech right now? Like, what would I say?
Yeah.
Like, what would be the thoughts in my head? Like, now that I'm 30,
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody does that, but
If you had to give a commencement speech or like a speech at your birthday.
yeah, if they were like, okay, Trina, stand up and give a speech.
Yeah.
I'm ready now to give a speech.
Yeah. What are you going to say?
Okay.
Is that too much on the spot?
No, it's not too on the spot. It's just I can't even control my that's why I had my phone earlier.
Yeah.
I had kind of like my speech written out.
Oh, was that what you were doing?
Yeah, no, I mean,
I thought
kind
you were
of.
just texting out of nervousness.
No, it wasn't. It was me like, I knew this question was going to come up.
Okay. So you were trying to have answers.
Yeah, no, so just the advice things that I looked up and found was like, start an IRA, which I already did when I was in my 20s. So like that's a check. I'm already there. Like worried about I'm set. It did also say pay down all your debt and like to not have more than 10% or something, but
And we're not there yet.
Sure.
You're not quite there yet.
I haven't even tried. No, I'm just kidding. Then it also did say, because we were trying to buy a house,
Yeah.
So it did say like, don't jump into a house without finding the proper percentage of like your mortgage and all of that stuff. So it said in your 30s, like, don't buy a house yet. Like, still keep.
So wait till your 40s?
I don't know. That article was a little
suspect.
Yeah, it was weird. Sus. It was real sus. But I took it
to buy it younger the better.
No, but not now. Not in this day and age. Like not with where the housing market is and.
Yeah.
Percentages. I don't know what I'm saying, to be honest. I know nothing of what this is. That's why I told you to do it.
Well, it's always funny when you come on a podcast and then you start talking about something, you realize like, oh, I sound way better when I'm just like talking with friends.
No, I don't even sound good then.
Oh, no?
No. Oh. I start doing it and then I'm like, I took off without a place to land. I don't even know what I'm doing.
At least I feel that way. I start off and I sound way smarter when I'm with my friends. And then on the first couple episodes I had on here, anytime I would try to talk about like politics, and I still do it, but I tried to talk about a couple things where I was like, oh, I just sound like an idiot. I don't sound like I know what I'm talking about. I don't sound near as smart as I feel like I do.
I'm so glad you said that. Every episode I've watched
has been that where
I'm like, geez, he sounds smarter when he's not behind.
He sounds better off camera.
Yeah. I talk about how smart you are, and then I'm like, don't watch his podcast, actually.
Well, I don't try to be very smart on my podcast.
I know, I'm being funny.
I know.
But like the speech thing is just because I know like who's showing up to my birthday party type of thing. I feel immature saying it like my birthday party, like I'm 30. Yeah. But I get to see like that's
the one you're supposed to worry about as you get into an adult.
Oh, I thought it was like the hump one, like 50 or something.
Maybe. I think all the 10s. I think you're free.
Now we're just going by 10s now.
20, 25, because then you can rent a car and book a cruise.
Oh, do you throw a party for that?
Well, I'm just saying if you're going to throw a party for birthdays, 25, 30, 40, 50. And then after that, maybe wait till 80.
Yeah. I have to think back on that. Anyways. No, because I was thinking about it and I was like, when did we do my grandma's and like all of theirs? Yeah. So I have to see like what milestone birthdays we did. I think it was like 90.
Yeah, I was about to say, I only remember. That's the only time that I've been around for their parties.
No, Grandma Foreman, you were around for one of hers. And I think it was like 85.
Grandma Foreman? Stutzman? Who's Grandma Foreman?
Gigi?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 90 and 95.
Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't around for 85. We haven't been together 10 years.
That would make more sense.
Yeah.
Math.
Yeah.
No, but like for the speech, going back to that.
Yes.
I was just thinking about like, look at all my friends through the ages. They always tell you like when you're young, like they're not going to be your friends forever. And I guess in my brain, just me personally, I kept going, man, like, do I have any friends that I've had forever?
Yeah.
And like just thinking about that. And so thinking about my friend Nyla coming to my birthday party.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, she's my friend from middle school. And then I think I was thinking about how Briley is sitting next to me in the same grade I was when I met Nyla. And I'm 30.
Yeah.
I'm like where I was picturing myself when I got older going, I'm not going to have my same friends then.
Yeah.
And so I got to lean over to my daughter, and like, this is part of the speech I would go, like, I got to lean over to my daughter and tell her, as long as you keep a good relationship with someone, you can keep them as friends forever.
Yeah.
Just like some heartfelt, sappy shit. Like,
Yeah. Nothing funny. You just want it to be like,
oh no, it'll probably end up being funny. I can't not do that.
right. You can't not be silly.
No, but I will start off sappy and like, you know, put Nyla on the spot like I am right now and didn't even tell her.
Is she for sure coming?
I mean, yeah, she RSVP'd. That's a for sure thing. Like when people RSVP, they're coming. And if they're not, I will find them.
That's
and tell
usually
them.
a big asshole move.
Yeah, if you don't, like,
If you RSVP and then don't show up.
I made food for you.
Yeah.
So she's coming.
Yeah. I've financially prepared for you.
Now there is, you know, extenuating circumstances. Like if your dog died, I would be a little less mad. And you're like, I'm burying him right now.
What
Like that's
would be
the only.
a valid excuse to get out of your party that you would accept?
Oh, that's part of the 30 thing. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But I'm a people pleaser, so she could literally say she has the sniffles, and I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah. But you would be mad though, because
I would be disappointed. There's a
Yeah.
difference. I'm not mad, like it's a birthday party, like you didn't show up to. But I'm a little disappointed, and I wish that you were there.
Yeah. What would you totally understand and be like, oh, I get it? Would it have to be like family death?
No, they'd have to be in the hospital themselves.
They themselves.
Even then, you better video call in.
Right.
But like if you don't,
need evidence.
it's just disappointing. It's not angering.
Yeah.
Angering would be if you did like fall off a bike and showed up with like a broken arm. I'd be more mad that you decided to come to my birthday party
Instead of tending
like
if
to
it was a fresh broken,
Yeah.
like they hadn't even went to the hospital.
Like I'd be like proud.
Like they showed up and the
Like,
bone
thank
was still
you.
sticking out of their arm.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That would be then you'd be mad that they showed up.
Yes, that part.
Okay. That part.
That part.
That part. All right. So you're excited about the speech though?
Yeah, that I'm never going to give. So
Why
it's
not?
like, well, two things.
Demand that you give a speech. That's how that works.
I don't want to do it. I can barely get the thoughts together now without my phone. What if I forget it? What if I like my phone?
Look at your phone while you're up there. Who cares?
What am I gonna? I'd like to thank
This
my
isn't the
mom and
best
dad,
speech. Well, just
like for allowing me.
I've never heard of a speech at a birthday. You were the one that brought up the birthday.
You're not
speech,
wrong.
so
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying like it was a thought. It's been in my brain like this whole past week before turning 30. Like
oh, so this has been more than just today.
Oh, way more than today. Like honestly, a week is like underdoing it. Like I totally have been thinking about this for like the whole month of August.
So give a speech.
No, I don't. I have to think of it like I'm going to give a speech in order to put myself in a situation where I actually have to think of it, because I get so scatterbrained.
Yeah.
And so like whatever, that if I'm not thinking I'm going to have to give this as a speech, I don't spend more than like a second on it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like turning 30 and like having life goals and putting yourself in that situation, you need to spend more than just like a passing like, oh wow, I'm getting old. You know?
Right. It needs to be something that you're thinking about.
So, and then if I did have to give the speech, like if somebody was like, give a speech, I was prepared for that.
So this is part of your growing up and being more prepared for things.
Yeah.
So you're just going to plan for all things.
No,
in case they happen.
I might.
Hey, you know what? There might be a speech at this dinner. I'm just going to plan as though there will be one.
I know it sounds silly, but I just had
silly.
to
I'm
do
just
that.
being silly with you. But I think you should give a speech. I think if you've been thinking about it, it would be a waste of energy to not go.
I just gave it on here. It was no longer a
ding.
waste.
Yeah, well, that was your first draft. Now you have a chance
Okay.
to rework it and really get the crescendo, and like you have to build up to like think locker room speech in football. You know?
That's a motivational speech.
Right, that's what yours should be too.
Okay, I'm
Otherwise, everybody
motivating.
will just go, they won't listen. It has to be rousing.
I feel like though, I did think about it because I get a little like, everyone that's coming to my party except for my sister are all older than me.
No, yeah?
Yeah.
You always had older friends?
I guess so. Like even Nyla in 6th grade, she turned 30 before me. So.
God, 30 from 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Were you always hanging out with older kids? Or were you always more mature than your grade?
Like just like Briley.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Just like Briley, I was the youngest one in my class normally.
Yeah, me too.
Because of our birthday.
Yeah.
And so she's in 6th grade, but she just now turned 11. She was 10 in 6th grade. All of her friends are 12, 13, 14.
Oh, so they were just older than you, but in the same grade. You weren't hanging out with like
right
older kids, like
No.
2-3 grades up type kids.
I didn't know.
Because that's what I did. When I was in high school, I always hung out with kids that were already out of high school. Which makes them look weird. I'm kind of
It really does.
now.
Like they were hanging out with a
Justin,
high schooler.
But he was 24 hanging out with a high schooler.
I mean, you must have been pretty cool then, I guess.
I think so. That's usually what they said. I felt like
met in the
I
middle.
wore it as a badge of courage that I hung out with the older kids. I didn't go to high school parties with the older kids. I went to the older guys, the older people's parties. So I think I was pretty cool.
It kind of explains a lot about you.
Yeah, does it? What does it explain?
Like when you were talking about how when you go to like a party and you're like excited, but you know, when you shouldn't have been excited, when we were talking about that.
Yeah.
And how like now as we're this age, we're excited to go to parties, but you're just like, I don't know if I want to go.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right?
And meet all the new people. And
Yeah.
Fucking.
It's because you already did all that.
Yeah.
Because you're older than me by a lot. So it's like,
Yes, I am.
I feel like you've already done, like you've already done thought your 30 speech, you know?
Yeah, I thought that when I was like 18, 19. I already had that ran through.
Yeah.
Because I was already hanging out with 30-year-olds then. So to
Yeah.
me, when I turned 30 finally, it was like, oh shit, I've already been here.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel any different. If anything, this is just validation for how I think already.
Yeah.
But I've actually been immature, so that doesn't make any sense really whatsoever.
No.
I've always acted like a little kid, so. But anyways, so you're excited to see all your old friends?
Yeah. And
Any
nervous.
other ones besides her?
Huh?
Nervous?
Yeah, just nervous and like, I don't know. I like the center of attention. I like being the party person,
Mm-hmm.
but the anxiety and the angst building up to it, like we were talking about. And it's not that I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I overthink. Like I said, I've just overthought a speech I'm not even going to give.
Right.
I overthink things far too often. So I just think about every scenario that could happen at the party. And like, I want the best one to happen, obviously. And I've been reading about like, you know, it starts in your brain. Like you got to change your thinking. We were doing with the kids, the behavioral therapy. And that was like the first lesson.
Yeah.
Like how your thinking is. Your friend could be mad at you. Okay, well, what are you? She's not mad at you. How about you think she's mad at somebody else and you need to like talk to her?
Yeah.
So
Just
I'm trying to not to do that about the birthday party.
Yeah. To spiral out with anxieties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it all morning. Every day that I'm gonna record, I'm sitting there like, and I have to consciously stop myself multiple times throughout the day and be like, hey, what if it's awesome, dude? What if you do the perfect episode this time? Or what if, just think about how you feel. Because every episode when I start, I feel like shit. And I'm like, I suck, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm a fraud. But then by the end of it, I usually feel pretty good. And then when I'm editing it, I'm like, oh, you know what? No, this is actually, I'm okay. And so now I just more and more, I try to remember that when I'm starting and I'm nervous and I'm like, oh God. Because I mean, even just downstairs right before I came up here, I was like, what if this is all a waste of time and I'm just a fucking loser and everybody's laughing at me and it's all, and then it's like, wait, no, what if this is awesome? And that was like literally as I was running upstairs, I was like, nah, just remember, it's going to be kick ass when you're done. And if it's not, who gives a fuck? It's not
You're
like we're
right
going to
back
jail.
where you started.
Right. It's not like we're going to jail.
Yeah.
We don't have to get this right to get our citizenship or something.
I think about it more too, like when I get derailed on like something that I'm thinking about in my brain, and it, like I talk faster in my head than it can come out of my mouth.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
sure.
I'm lost now, even what I'm saying as it's coming out because I've already passed that.
Yeah.
That's where I get my nervous. Like,
right.
If anything, I wasn't nervous to do it. I was nervous because I'm like, okay, you got to slow down in your thinking. You got to talk. You got to enunciate. Like,
and remember what you said, right?
Yeah.
And remember where the conversation's going because it's easy to like lose track of it. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's hard to slow your brain down when you're in this scenario.
Or in life.
Yeah, or in life. It's getting easier and easier as I'm getting older. I've noticed that I'm having more. But you have to acknowledge, that there's a problem like with my anger and stuff, it's my ability to snap and
deep breaths.
But it feels like I'm getting better and better at controlling that and maintaining. Sorry, I just noticed all this. It's driving me nuts. But
I asked you to wipe the table down.
I thought I did. I did one of these.
And then I said, did you wipe the table down? And he's like, yes, I did yesterday. And I was like, there's literal stuff on the table right now.
She should have been doing it. She's the wife. This all should have been set up for me. This is pretty cool, though, right?
This is not my job.
My little setup.
What?
Do you like my little setup, my studio?
Yes, I love your little studio.
Do you?
Yeah.
You like all your little cars? These are yours.
Yeah.
That's the one you gave me. That's the one you gave me up there. Where's the other one you gave me? Back there, there's the book you gave me. There should be another card.
Pretty sure I bought all these things on
There's
the wall anyway.
Oh, there's the other card right there, the pink one. Those are all your cards that you bought me. But yeah, I like it. I put the one behind there, so now I've got something on that side too, because originally it was just...
Yeah, the one little corner in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's set up for you there. I put a lighthouse here for you, because you like
Aww,
lighthouses.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now we just need to get an elephant sitting on the lighthouse somehow.
I have an elephant right there.
I know.
I need to get another one.
It's so funny. I like two things that don't even like correlate with each other. Lighthouses and elephants. Like they're not even in the same area.
Yeah, I mean, I like cars and stand-up. Those are pretty different.
I don't feel like they're as different.
Speaking of elephants, what did you think? We went into a elephant preservation park habitat. What would you call that?
A poor zoo.
A poor man's zoo?
Yeah.
Yeah. They charge zoo prices.
They do charge zoo prices.
$120 what we spent.
I know.
Just to do that.
That's why it stayed as long as possible.
That's true, too. That was a good idea.
Yeah, I
wasn't complaining at all. I just assumed you were soaking in the elephantness.
Yeah.
So I just was like, I'm going to let her soak it in as much as she can.
If we could have stayed sitting where we had the first presentation, so there was like this presentation area that, well, we were running late. My fault. I'm always late. That's another thing. But when we got there, they were already in this presentation area that had like this awning, and it kind of reminded me of like a school gymnasium outside or whatever.
Yeah, like a little mini amphitheater type
Yeah.
thing.
And had these like rusted metal chairs lined up, but the front row was reserved for like VIP guests.
For the big dogs, for
and
the sharks.
Was all it was these wooden chairs covered with fabric.
Yeah.
Like it was
it wasn't anything special.
Anything special.
And they didn't fill up, I don't feel like. I feel like there were still tons of empty spots.
There was a lot of empty spots. I did think about that while we were sitting there. I said in my head, I went, I really feel like if everyone that's in here right now sat in the front row, it would fill the front row.
Yeah.
Like we would be fine.
I wonder if that's for the people that had those stamps. That must have been what that was.
Yeah.
The stamp people get to sit up there.
Yeah. Well, and so outside of that was the one section with the lady Patricia, her name's Patricia, standing up front talking and telling everybody everything.
Yeah.
Then there's the one spot with the elephants, like they're Asian elephants, and then the African elephant back there.
Yeah.
If we could stay in that area that whole time, I would have been like happy with that. As long as I still got to ride the elephant.
Yeah.
And
which we did do.
Yeah. We got to ride the elephant. I looked at your camera.
Which is what we call having sex.
What?
You ready to ride the elephant?
No.
Yeah, that's usually the answer. But, so you actually rode a real elephant.
I did. I rode a real elephant with you.
Yeah.
In back. Yeah,
they're almost so wide that it hurt my thighs. It felt like I was doing a split.
Yeah.
To sit on it. Because they're so wide. They're not feasible. They're not practical for any mode of transportation.
No, they're not. But I mean, they would be if you didn't have to sit on it like with this saddle. So you have the giant Asian elephant, and they put this blanket on like a saddle.
Yeah.
And then the
like cage.
It was like a red cage. I mean, I've seen other things where people have rode on elephants and that like looked familiar. But if you didn't have that thing, you could literally like sit on it however you want. You just have to have something to hold on to.
Or build a saddle that even lifts you up off it a little bit so your legs aren't.
No, but then that's not really that's weird.
Well, it's like riding a motorcycle.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
Maybe then you could really build up some speed.
It's like the difference between barebacking a horse and like using a saddle.
What now? The difference between what?
When you bareback ride?
Yeah.
Bareback. That sounds funny.
I've never bareback rode.
I never bareback rode either. I just
bareback.
saying like, I feel like what you're describing is like if you got a better saddle for a horse.
Yeah.
Versus just bareback riding, which is kind of how we did it.
Well, the horses aren't so wide that you're ripping your crotch. It's not ripping my crotch muscles apart from each other. You can almost just stand up normally on a horse. If you could just do that take a horse saddle and then just lift it up like 2 feet off the elephant's back.
Yeah.
You know? That'd be easy, and then you just build a little platform underneath it that then goes down.
I get what you're saying. I think.
Why don't they have them now? They should have them. This place, that's all
I just
they
told
do
you it's
is
like a
ride
poor
elephants.
person zoo, dude. Like
I know.
They actually need more people to show up. They do not pay for advertising.
They don't.
And so, what was the name of this place? Because they only go by word of mouth.
Two Tails Ranch. Two Tails Ranch in Williston, Florida.
I don't want to, give away too much of the fun.
Yeah.
But they did have a one-humped camel.
They did have a one-humped camel.
And a zebra.
And a zebra.
And
what else did they have?
Lemurs. And
they did have lemurs.
They had donkeys.
Which look like little demons.
No, they don't.
The
Everybody
lemurs?
everybody knows what a lemur looks like. You know what they look
Yeah, they
like?
look like-
Madagascar.
Right. If you've only seen Madagascar, but then you see them in person, and they look like more like the hyenas off Lion King. Like they're more like sinister looking. Like they're like.
She did say they would eat children.
Yeah, she said they were very mean.
Yeah. Like,
she said, "Are they nice?" No. She was very
like
crystal.
you? No, just kidding.
She was a bitch.
No,
Not a
she
bitch, but
she was very stern. She needed to be. So her, like I said, her name's Patricia.
Not if you're looking for donations, though. I feel like.
I know, but that's what the funnier part about it is.
Yeah.
It was at the very end after she's been snippy the whole day, which we understand because, like, you know, the gate was broken. The darn camel was trying to break the gate so the zebra could get out. I mean,
He was.
yes.
It was like a fracture. Like he even tried to get his head through it.
Yeah.
And got
I mean,
all
they
the
were
way,
trying
like,
to literally escape. And then you have these crazy people with us that, like, have no idea. Like, she's saying, stand here. And then they're not standing where she said to
That is
stand.
true.
So she's frustrated, and those animals potentially could, like, maul them down. And then she sued. And, like, I guarantee they don't
Yeah,
have
that's
proper
true.
insurance even. Like,
Especially with the elephants.
we didn't sign any waivers.
No.
That's what
And
I'm
we were
sa-
standing right
they-
next to elephants that could have
Yeah.
squished us.
So for her
So-
to be
and they
like,
do
don't stand
sometimes,
there.
you know that, right?
Don't stand there. Like, that was necessary.
That's true. I get that. You're right about that for sure. They definitely have to be a little bit more stern.
And
to
this
do that.
group seemed a little ditzy. Like that one girl, she was like, I'm really not an idiot, I promise.
Did she
and then
say that?
yeah, because they
Oh, when
they
the
told her
photo
how
thing?
to feed. So again, you get to feed the
that's
elephants.
Right, that's right.
And then they stand there and tell you how, like, you grab the 2 carrots in one hand and the carrots are stacked on top of each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tells her to grab the carrots with one hand, stand at the rock and hold your hand out, and the elephant will grab it from you.
Yeah.
This girl runs up. She's like jogging, running,
Yeah.
grabs the carrots, immediately separates them, and like goes to like give it to the elephant, like put it in his mouth.
Yeah.
And Patricia's like, stop, and like freaking out, and like had to hold Patty back, which is the elephant's name, by the way. Had to hold Patty back and then tell this girl to back up. She goes, oh, I'm so sorry. How do I do it? And she like keeps putting the carrots back and forth together and like is standing there like, what?
Oh, that was the photographer lady.
No.
Right?
Yes, the
Yeah.
photographer lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had the camera. That's
And so
right.
she was like this. And so then when Patricia's like, put them together,
Yeah.
and like looked at the other lady like this, and she goes, I'm really not an idiot.
Yeah.
And then put it together and like did it. And she goes, or maybe I am.
Do you remember what you said?
What?
When you were like, when she said, I'm not an idiot. You went, bullshit.
I did not say that.
That's horseshit. I know we're on the outside. She's dumb
she
as
was
fuck.
just nervous. She was excited about something.
I
and
know
was
we're a fucking
nervous.
retard. Sorry.
I mean, she did a couple other things where it was just sketch. Like, why are you there? You might
don't remember
actually
her for the
get
rest of the
sat.
time.
I do. She might have accidentally, like, she would have been the one to
Yeah.
get sat on by an elephant because she wasn't listening. Then there was that other girl that was running around everywhere with her keychains. I don't know. I was people watching too.
I never got a chance to ask them if they've had any murders. Have you had any stampedes?
Well, that's the thing. She made me feel so uncomfortable. My brain went blank. I couldn't even think about a question.
There was a dead zone every time she would say that. Like,
Yeah.
any questions?
She's like, well, I'm going to jot
this
you
is gonna
down.
be fast.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to jot you guys down as the quietest group ever.
Which made everybody feel pressure to ask a question.
It did.
People
And
were like,
so everyone started asking a question.
Uh.
And I did, because Dalton's like, well, dude, I don't even know what to ask. So then naturally I went, hey, ma'am, what
Yeah.
are some of the questions people normally ask you?
And she said, dumbass ones like that.
No, that was when she told us about the lemur fact. We wouldn't have got that
Yeah.
fact if I hadn't asked that
did.
question.
She
She
said-
said, well, they normally ask me, are they nice? And no, they're not.
Yeah, that's how she said it. So you see how people usually ask me if they're nice? No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're little assholes. I can't stand them. We get a tax benefit for having them, and if we didn't, I'd slaughter every one of them.
She did not say that.
She did.
No, she didn't.
She did when you weren't there. You walked around the corner.
Oh, I walked
Remember you had to go
around.
take
Yeah.
that big dump?
Yeah,
Remember?
outside.
And you
With-
announced it to the whole crowd, which I thought was weird.
Dude, the elephants can do
I
it.
have to take a dump! And we were like, okay.
If the elephants can
I
do
kind
it
of
in
forgot
front
you
of
were there until
everybody,
you said that, actually.
if the elephants can do it in front of buddies, so can I.
They did. Remember when we got there? That one took a massive dump.
And we
also
spent
a
far too long
gargantuan
numbering the
amount
way
of
that they
feet.
did that.
Well, it was huge. First of all, pure bricks that dropped out. and then a copious amount of piss. I mean, Austin Powers level evacuation come
Now, anytime I pee, I really want to be like, hey, hon, look, I'm peeing like an elephant. And
Yeah.
just dump a cup of water as I pee. Like, that's how it was loud. It was
almost
long.
like if you took an igloo cooler and just like unscrew the whole top and then just dump that out. You know, it kind of sounded like
And then
this.
peed as long as Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that. And then it just stepped right in it.
Yeah, didn't
big
care.
shit and piss puddle.
Jack does that though. Our
Yeah.
dog,
On purpose.
not the person,
Yeah. Not our friend Jack. The dog.
or my dad.
But that was fun. I had a good time there. The elephants were cool. They did look sad.
They did.
Except for the African one. He was out there fucking.
I know he was out there rocking. We have some video footage of that. You might get to see it.
Yeah.
But he was, and I found a song on the way back that I think he was listening to.
Ra-da-da, la-da-da-da. Wasn't it that?
Yeah.
Hail
Ra-da-da.
Mary, my sister, run with me, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was doing that whole, like that.
Yeah, he was
head
the whole
bob.
time, kind of flopping his ears a little bit.
Yeah.
He even did like the 2 times to one side thing, like this.
He did
One,
not.
one, like that.
No.
No?
He did look like he was jamming though.
Well, because he has to. He has to get his own. That lady's not jamming with him.
Or that other Asian elephant.
You think maybe that's why those elephants are so, indifferent? Maybe because she's indifferent? Maybe if she was out there come on, Patty,
I also
let's
told you
go!
she's had them for years and
Yeah.
she's fed up with their crap. It's just like your kids if you had to keep them for 30 years in your home.
She also said that, but used that as an analogy for why she would euthanize them.
And why they weren't a favorite. There wasn't
that too.
a favorite.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay, so yeah, you only thought about the euthanization.
Well, because she's talking about killing them, and then but
because
said
she would
the
rather kill them
Right, 'cause they're
than
pets.
let them go to a third world country where they weren't going to be good. She said,
Right, I get it.
think about that for your kids. If somebody were going to take your kids away and take them to a third world
No,
country.
I'm blowing their head off.
Yeah, she said she'd rather blow their head
I don't
off.
think she said.
Yeah.
Oh no, she did say that. Yeah,
Yes.
right, exactly.
I know.
You think? Would you rather do that?
Yes, she's not wrong. What do you want to live them? When they won't survive the third world country, they're going to starve to death. They're going
Maybe
to.
they'll find an ultimate form of happiness.
But you don't know.
Maybe they'll
She would
lose all this
rather know that they
materialism.
died on her terms than died slowly starving and suffering,
But
or
maybe-
getting hit or shot or any of those things. That's
Yeah.
what she was saying. It was. She was not being rude when she
No,
said
I don't
it.
think she's being rude. I just think it's funny in a public place, at a zoo, to be like. I mean, think about it like your children. I would rather kill this fucking thing than let it get. You know what I mean? Damn. I
she
get
didn't
what you're
do
saying.
that.
but-
Exacerbated that.
I
She
know. No, she said euthanize, which almost
did
sounds.
say
that almost
it
sounds
did
like
sound bad.
Nazi-ish.
She said euthanize.
I'd rather
but then
gas
she goes.
this fucking thing.
She was talking about how they were doing the document, the
I'd
documentary.
gas every one of these fucking elephants.
She's like,
before I
they
let them go
won't
to
show what's
goddamn
happening
Asia.
behind the scenes. They send these beautiful, perfect clips. Well, all these elephants are just dying. They're all
Yeah.
dying. And I did cry. I cried.
You did cry. I have a
did.
picture of it. I took a
Did
selfie
you
with
really
it.
take a
Yeah, I
picture of
did.
me crying?
I did while you were looking off to the side. I didn't notice it at first, and then I was like, what is she doing? And then, but yeah, you were like sitting like that, and I was like,
Because I turned, I was like, and he's like, "Are you crying?" And I said, "Yes, I don't want all the elephants to die."
Yeah, there's still 500,000 of them. I don't know what they're harping about.
I mean, 80%.
It has dropped a lot. From
80%
2005,
yeah.
it went from 130 to 30 now, or whatever it
It's
is.
100,000 less.
Total. Yeah, right, which is what, like a 75% drop?
No, she said 80% drop since 2018.
Total. That was a guess. I almost nailed it.
But
I'll add a sound effect for that.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll just add over another voice when you talk.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I mean,
So what
All
were we
for
talking
that.
about? Sorry, I got distracted with the...
so anyways, we're talking about how she was filming her documentary.
Or not her. She went to what I don't remember what country she said it was. Like, was it Africa?
Or Asia.
Or no, I think it was Africa. She went to Africa, and she was like, all the documentaries you see on TV where it's like, look at all these beautiful elephants. She goes, there are no more
Land.
like it's no wilderness. I don't know where she said it like this multiple times. I don't know where these people think this wild is, but there is no wild.
Yeah, it's all conservation area.
And even the conservation area has people near it.
And it's dwindling.
Yeah, and she was saying
Which, cry me a fucking river.
but she was getting to the fact that they won't show the bad parts of the elephants, and she's like, I kept trying to fight and tell them just share the video of them over there, and they're like, they don't want to see that. They want to see these cute elephants prancing around, and she's like, I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Had to go. And that's when she started talking about I'd rather euthanize my elephant
I'd rather gas these fucking
Yeah.
things. I'd rather watch them choke and die
than
painfully
release them back into that wild.
than put them into the torture.
But she's apparently a boarding.
Yeah.
She boards
Like a boarding school
Yeah,
for
board
elephants?
elephants.
So
No.
she smacks them on the knuckles, make sure they did their homework,
Oh, weird.
make sure they remember Bible verses.
Oh, I thought it was boarding. She put planks of wood on their back.
Oh, maybe. Or waterboarding.
Waterboarding, that too.
Or maybe they're into snowboarding.
No. Did you get a video of the elephant drinking that
Snowboarding?
water?
Yes, I got an elephant
Okay.
of that. By the way,
You got an elephant of that photo?
I got an elephant of that video. I got a video of that elephant spraying water on himself. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Probably one of the first videos anyone's ever seen of that.
Yeah.
I think I found like a Sasquatch. But yeah, it's kind of cool. They're tusks. They're what's it called?
Toes?
The big wiener that hangs off their face.
Oh, their trunk?
Trunk. The trunk. The trunk. It's actually extremely dexterous.
It's got a lot of dexterity.
Because like when he grabs like the little things, he's like, it looked like he was like playing with them like a card magician. Before he was like, also he does this thing. He goes, and his trunk picks it up and then goes.
Yeah, he throws it.
Like this little
he
toss
was throwing
up.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't touch. And then the other thing that's really cool is they just jam a hose down their own throat, like a colonoscopy, but for their colon cleanse, right? Isn't that what they do? They flush out or like an enema. No,
I wouldn't know. I'm not that old to have needed that.
I've never needed one, but you've heard of it, right?
No.
I'm not
an enema?
Have you ever heard of dementia? You're not old, but you've heard of that, right?
No, I never heard of that.
But you've heard how people go get colonoscopies where they get their asshole flushed out?
No, I've only heard of it when they stick a scope up there, honey.
You never heard about where they fill up your whole rectum with fluid and then pump it out?
I
And you get
swear
to watch
my
the
life
black
I've never heard
sewage
that.
come out of your
and
anus.
I watch a lot of doctor
come
videos.
Out of your anus. You've never seen that? You've
No.
never seen anal film?
No.
Or not that kind. But
I saw an episode where a guy tried to put stuff up his butthole and had to get it surgically removed.
honey, that's like elementary school shit. So, anyways, call me when you watch the guy put the light bulb up his ass and it breaks.
Nobody's
Then
watching
we'll
that.
I watched that. I watched the BMI Pain Olympics. That's old school.
I'm going to jot that down in my little notebook.
That is old school, like early 2000s internet. Dark shit. Dude's hacking away at his nuts and stuff. It's kind of crazy.
Dalton.
I'm sorry. The internet's a dark place.
We'll stop talking
It's got
about
some
it.
dark stuff. No, it's also funny to talk about it with you. The juxtaposition or the shock value. Yeah, exactly.
No sound effect needed.
So, where were we?
We were talking about how the elephant
The documentary.
the elephant put the hose in his mouth.
Oh, that's right. And he
kept getting
flushes out his entire mouth and
Yeah.
nose and then he gives himself a car wash, basically.
Yeah.
And sprays himself down. How clean do you think that water is?
I mean, it's hose water.
No, but after it goes through his sinuses.
Probably pretty dirty.
He seemed like he did a pretty,
I like the way you worded that. How clean do you... No, I don't think it's clean. How dirty do you think that water is?
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. He did like a neti pot. He does like a neti pot to himself.
See, why didn't you start with neti pot?
Well,
you
I
had to
just
go
thought of it.
directly to colonoscopy.
Well, I just thought of it. He did a neti pot to himself first to maybe clear the lines before he gives himself the car wash.
Yeah.
Well, no, because the colonoscopy is where he sticks the hose.
He never sticked it all the way
Yeah,
down.
he did. You could hear him. He was like,
That
and
is
he
not what he did.
He kept going.
Okay, so let's
did make weird
transition a little
noises
bit.
like
You were
that.
talking about what it's like to live with you. This is it right here. Every situation that could be normal is turned into something disgusting.
Or silly.
And that, no, silly is me. You're gross.
Sometimes.
I feel like this was a perfect example. So,
There now. And we're back. Had to
and
take a
we're
short little break
back.
there.
so I know we were talking about too that you know what it's like to live with you.
Yeah.
And it's more like everyone knows what it's like to like who you are because you sit here and talk about it all day.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people need to know what it's like for me.
Yeah, for sure.
To hear all the things
They come out of my mouth and brain.
that you just, you're being honest here. So I want to be honest too.
Okay.
Just going back for a few of your episodes,
All right. Yes.
Yeah. I told you I wanted to do this.
I know.
We're going to touch a little bit on the gummy situation.
Okay.
I was up till 5 a.m. with that child with a heart monitor on his wrist to make sure he was still alive.
Yes.
Okay. So it wasn't just some brushed off situation.
I never said it was a brushed off situation. I said that.
You did, Daddy.
Sweetheart. I said that hold on. I said
No sense, dude.
hey, I said
You're the one.
that the kid was super tired and was super chill and super sleepy all night long and that he almost passed out. I think what?
And he stopped breathing once.
He did not stop breathing.
He did. I was so...
Now you're going to get the cops called.
No, he didn't stop breathing.
He did not
I thought he
stop
did,
breathing.
though. I was up with him all night.
I know. You definitely were up with him all night long. I definitely caused you a lot of
Up
heartache.
with him till 5
And it was
in the
she had nothing to
morning.
do with it. She wasn't here. I was home by myself with the baby sitting on my lap.
Yeah.
And he grabbed it, which was my fault. I shouldn't have left him out. I left him sitting there on the desk. And before I knew it, I just heard.
And then
This is
And I
the
was like, what
main
is that?
right there.
you need
Stop.
to stop.
Okay, yeah, for real, I was like,
It's his fault.
okay,
You need to go.
There's nobody there.
Go play somewhere.
Stop interjecting, sweetheart. You can watch like an audience member, but you can't interrupt. You
We
watch.
kind of don't need everybody to know you're here listening to me.
I'm gonna turn on TV.
Go watch in my room.
Yeah, you're totally on.
There's no remote for it.
You find the tablet.
Where's the tablet?
I don't know.
Everyone says you know where the tablet is.
Yeah.
I don't know where the tablet is.
Where'd you have it last?
I don't know. We called everybody else and they said
I looked all over
really
the house
knows
but I
where
couldn't
it's
find
at.
it. If you need to charge it, you can use the charger
I know where
in.
it is.
Okay. And then also, there's another plug that'll work attached to my computer that I found, so that you can't, because you can't use these. Actually, you probably could use one of them.
You could use mine.
Yeah, because both of our phones might be charged all the way up by now. But
I said it.
what?
It's not where I put it.
Okay.
I put it on the trampoline and Ryder's room.
Go see what Poppy's doing.
You put it on the trampoline in Ryder's room?
Video game.
Okay, ask him for his tablet to watch on that. See what he says.
Yeah, you only have to. It's only like 20 minutes, baby.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Yeah.
I just gotta get all these out.
Yeah. It feels weird talking about it in front of the kid.
Yeah. So the other one was the rat situation.
Okay, hold on. So, real quick. So the kid was fine. I looked it up when it happened. That he
And
was going to be okay.
forgot.
And I did forget because
You
he was
forgot.
fine. And, he wasn't
then when I said,
exhibiting any
honey, he
behavior."
looks like, why does he look like he's like stoned? And I like whispered it to you, like, because I was worried. And then you were like, I don't know.
I did
For a
not
good,
say-
yes, you did. For a good minute, you're like, I don't know. That's weird. And you did. And we were building
sure
his,
I did. I'm
we
sure
were
I
building his
mindlessly
potty
answered
seat
you a couple times.
And you did. You were like, I don't know. And then when I went to get the to-go food that we had delivered to the house, I went out there with Ryder, and Ryder fell out onto this guy. And I'm like, dude. And I yanked him back in. I said, what are you doing? You don't know this guy.
Yeah.
And then I came upstairs and told you what happened, and you were sitting at your desk. And then that's when you turned around and like hit
Yeah.
the mouse and went, "Oh,
That's
yeah,
That's exactly what happened.
yeah."
I sat down and I accidentally knocked the mouse. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
And then
oh,
that,
that's
I'm like,
right.
and this was like an
And that was
hour
the
and a
last-
half later, like when the gummy had kicked in.
Yeah, it was exactly when the gummy had started kicking in. Because then that was because I looked online and I opened up and it was like, and then I kind of pieced it together in my head that she'd been asking me about him. So I was like, oh, I got to tell you about this thing.
Yeah,
'Cause
he
he
did. He
wasn't-
said it so very. He's like, before you freak out, I did look it up. It's right here on the computer right now. That's what I was doing before you got home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then forgot when I got home. Like,
Well, because everything that I looked up said he would be absolutely fine. The worst case scenario was the kid fell into a coma for like a little while, but then woke right up. No worse for the wear. So I was like, hey. And that was a kid that ate a whole thing of gummies. But, hey, Raylan, can you take that in my room?
yeah.
Do you mind if I just post up 3 feet away from you and start watching videos?
Yeah, and then the whole podcast is just hi.
Okay. Well, as long as
Exactly.
we can agree that you did underplay my reaction.
I definitely underplayed, and I maybe didn't play enough of how much I screwed up. So I screwed up big time.
You did, and then told the world about it. So now that you
Yes.
told the world about it, I
Yes.
had to clarify my side of it. I was not okay with this situation,
Right.
and I was up with him all night.
And she was not okay with me telling the world. But
I was not.
I did, and so
So now here we are hashing it out.
here we are. All right, what's your next on your checklist? On your
The
punch
next on
list?
my punch list was the rat situation.
Which is now...
Eradicated.
how funny. A word choice.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Because of who? Who eradicated the situation?
Me. I went around this house with a machine gun. No. You did, again, as well.
Okay.
You got rid of the rats.
And-
because I didn't want to kill them in the walls, but then we ended up having to kill them in the walls.
Yeah, and that's because of my boss. He told me what we needed to do, and I just went out and did it. But also, I felt like him telling everybody about them army crawling across the floor was a bit much. There were not like, when he said it on there, in my brain, because I overthink, I'm picturing hordes of rats just army crawling across. It was not like that. We did find a lot like half dead
It
ones.
wasn't like a plague.
It wasn't a plague,
Yeah.
and
The Pied Piper
when
hadn't
it
came
was a
into
lot
town.
more than we had thought were the issue.
Yeah.
And mind you, it was because we have a hole in our roof, like over on the soffit side, so they were getting in. It wasn't like we
on
were
the soffit
trashy.
side.
Well, not
Soffit goes all
not
the
in
way
the
around your
roof. I
house.
know, but not the rooftop.
Oh, I get
the
what you're saying. I
soffit
get what you're
underneath
saying. I thought you
side.
were saying like on that
No,
side of the house. I was like,
no.
hey, honey, soffit goes all the way.
I'm aware that it goes
These
all the
people
way
don't know our house.
on the
know that
okay.
it's
I
over
should have said
there.
in the soffit side area or area in the soffit area, because when you save a hole in your roof, like I
Oh, I know.
picture
Well, you could say
a
in the
giant
soffit.
gaping
Have a hole in
hole,
the
and I
soffit.
don't want to be like
You say, I have a hole, but not on the roof, on the underside. You know where the soffit is? There.
Oh, okay. Next time I'll make sure to word
That
it
was
better.
way easier, right? I'm just kidding.
Oh, I think soffit side was.
overwording it.
But anyways, we're not trashy people.
No, a little
Okay.
bit. Maybe a little bit. I think we have like maybe 5% trashiness.
No, it's called hoarding. I am a hoarder problem.
Yes, that's true. I think that is a symptom of the trashiness.
Autumn calls it maximizing. I'm a maximist.
Uh-huh.
It's better to have
Maximalist?
no, she called it maximizing. I thought, but maybe I'm a
Because
maximalist.
she's a minimalist, and so I was
Yeah.
saying you're a maximalist.
Yeah. But I err on the side of it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
That's true. We have a whole lot of stuff that we don't need, but we have.
Yep, in case we need it.
That's
We will
right.
need it one day. By the way, I have like an entire storage unit of clothes that I'm trying to sell. Trina's closet. Look it up. Anyways.
Yeah,
No,
so if you guys want an entire storage center full of clothes, used clothes,
but they're antique.
they are antique, and some of them are actually really
Vintage.
expensive.
Vintage.
You should actually just get on taking pictures of that and selling it on some
I have it on Poshmark. That's why I said look
vintage-
me up.
Vintage. Oh, yeah, Poshmark. What's your Poshmark then?
It's Trina Lee 23 dash.
Dash?
No, it's
There's a dash
27.
in there?
There's
You
a
put
dash in there.
in there?
Yeah, I didn't do it. It was an automated like
Why would you let them automate your
because
username?
when I put in, I wanted it to be Trina Lee bomb ass bitch or something.
Yeah,
and
Trina
it wouldn't let me
Lee.
do anything.
Trina Lee Badass
Yeah,
with Z's,
something. No,
fat ass.
I had Trina's closet as it, but there was another
Bitch
Trina's
ass.
closet, so they like had to
Who
give me the
fuck
number.
else would think of
Anyways, it
Trina's
doesn't matter. I just want to point out about the rats. We're not trash. Okay,
Yeah.
they got in through a hole. It's not like we had food out hoping that they'd come.
closet? Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the driving one where he posted or talked about for about 10 minutes. Like I looked at the time and how long when you started to talk about me
I
driving.
also gave you a lot of credit in that. I said that the one time you got to the one guy's house in the middle of the night
Yeah.
with no directions.
Yeah, that you gave me credit in pure luck. That's what you did. You didn't give me credit in skill
Makes
or
true
credit in.
fits.
You said pure luck. Like
I think
by
yeah.
the grace of God, she found this guy's place. It was not her memory. It was
It
chance.
seemed like it was both.
Okay.
It seemed like it was like, I think I remember going this way. And then like we drive
although-
for a while. And you're like, oh, I remember seeing that. You know, and then we'd be like, okay, now I know where we are again.
Yeah. Well,
But either way, you got us there.
I did. I got us there. But I just want to point out that you have to admit, I get turned around. Actually, I think I just swallowed a bug.
Probably.
But you are a funny guy. I'm always talking to myself. So I look crazy because I'm like,
You look like you have that problem.
like I just start talking
So what you're
in
saying
rhyme.
is that you're really an underground freestyle rapper.
Yeah.
heart.
So I'll be like, or I do.
So what else did we do? Did we do anything else today?
Oh no, we went to what was it? Melonins?
Yeah, Melanie's Diner. at
Melanie's.
Williston as well.
Melanins.
How did you think of that
It's like, huh?
How did you think of that place? Like its skin color?
Well, it was definitely interesting. It had an open floor plan and these rundown booths.
Yeah.
All of them looked worn as hell.
I'm pretty sure that whole town was run down.
I mean, that was run down. But I mean, again, if we're gonna promote somebody, Melanie's had great food. Like
Yeah.
good. But I will say,
I don't
you
really
know,
care about promoting Melanie's.
I like food.
Yeah.
Only one side of my sandwich was toasted.
My burger wasn't good. I said it was good because I was afraid one of them was looking, but it wasn't that good.
It wasn't.
No, I mean,
My
it was
club
cooked
was
fine,
amazing,
but it had
but, I
no
mean, it's a
flavor
club.
whatsoever.
No.
Hmm.
Well, they only toasted one side of my bread. So when she said, "Do you want it toasted?" I didn't know they meant like
Fuck Melanie's.
they were like, "Take a torch and just torch the top." Like that's what I felt like they did.
Yeah. Well, everybody was
And-
dolled up for a small podunk town, though.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
It was like they were like bougie redneck hillbillies.
They were. And like, oh, I mean, I can only remember the guy because like you and I always sit across from each other like we are right now.
Mhm.
But like this
From the
one
whole
couple
restaurant.
was sitting next to each other. What?
From the restaurant from each other.
Yeah, we don't even sit at the same table. But the guy.
How's your food?
You were confused when I sat at one end and you sat at the other end of the table.
Oh yeah, because you only moved in about a half. a foot.
Because the seats were so worn, dude.
Yeah.
And I was afraid like it was going to cut me. And
think
you
that's-
made me wear these dumb booty shorts to ride
Made you.
elephants.
Made you.
You were like, wear something like if you were walking on a trail.
Yeah, you
He
were
could have
freak out. And I
said,
said, yeah, those are great. Those are shorts.
no,
They're shorts.
no. You grabbed him and said, what about these? And I said, sure. And then I put them on. And then my shirt I'm
I
wearing.
even said, wow, those look a little. I mean, look at that hole.
And then I said the pocket covers it because I didn't know we were going to ride on an elephant.
Yeah. Well, I didn't.
So it was not elephant ride appropriate. It was not outdoorsy appropriate.
Was anything obstructed by you wearing those shorts today, riding the elephant? You had all this preamble going up to.
I know, but there is bugs. I'm covered in bug bites.
And then you
now.
rode the elephant. No issues whatsoever. In fact, those might have helped to have more spreadage.
You don't know what I can spread in my jeans.
I mean, it's easier with short shorts, no?
I just wish I had pants, okay?
Yeah.
It's not generally your fault. Like, you were trying to surprise me, good. But, like, next time, if we're going to do something like ride an elephant, come up with something that I need to wear to ride outside. Like, say it's be like, we're going to a farm. Pretend we're going to a farm. You could have said that. And I would have wore pants because there's bugs at a farm.
Well, I didn't want to give you any clue as to what you were doing.
Well, you did just before we got there.
I said dress
you
like
ruined
you're
it
be
then.
out walking around outside. I don't know how much more clear I could have been.
Walking around outside, like trails is shorts. Trails are shorts because, you're just on some sidewalk. You're like walking around, enjoying life. Like if we were going to the botanical gardens again, I would wear these shorts.
So outside of the 5 minutes that you were riding the elephant, do you feel like
I felt
pants
massive angst.
would have been worse or better?
Better.
Throughout the rest of the time that you were there?
I don't know if you're going to understand this, but I will never say these shorts were a good idea.
Yeah. Even with the temperature?
Even with the you know me, I will wear a sweater if it calls for it in the middle of summer.
Right, but you would rather wear a t-shirt.
No.
You wouldn't rather wear it?
Not
no
if
preference?
there was bugs.
So you would have worn a sweater with pants today?
Yes, because of the bugs.
At zero preference over wearing a t-shirt and shorts?
I mean, yes, I was fine.
In fact, you might even prefer the sweater and pants.
Because of the bugs.
Saying now.
Yes, because of the bugs.
Okay, I'll remember that. Next time I'm taking you on somewhere outdoors, I'll go, dress like it's winter.
And then I'll be mad at you for making me wear a sweater and
now
pants.
I'm sweating this whole trip. I can't even grab anything. You should have told me there was a lot of grabbing involved. Now my hands are sweaty. I can't grab anything.
See, you're already funnier.
I know. Just gotta make fun of you.
I think that's what you're good at.
I don't want to,
making fun of me.
No, I am good at it though. I will say I have like a doctor.
I'm good at making fun of you too, so it's fine.
Yeah, not as good as I am of making fun of you. But that's just like a gender thing.
Yeah, well, your face.
What about your high taxes?
Yeah. But I did think about this, and I was, wanting to talk to you about it actually, and it's perfect. I think I'm supposed to open a homeless shelter.
Okay.
But only for my brother's friends.
Yeah, that would work. That's
Okay.
enough. That'd probably keep you in business all year long.
Yeah. So there is a hotel down the street for sale. And I said, you know what? I will have people donate money to pay for my cooking salary in the building. And I'll just cook them all food and they can just stay there.
Yeah.
But they have to go through a program. They have to get a job. Like we did with him. Yeah.
Right.
We could just do that for all of, we're really good at that.
Do you think you'd have the heart to kick them out when they don't meet what they're supposed to meet?
I think they need to sign a contract, but it won't matter because they're homeless people. So what is it?
Well, they'll still break the contract, which means you have to enforce the contract they broke and go, hey, pack your shit, buddy.
But no, the goal is that they won't need to be kicked out.
But some will.
And I really don't want to do it for all my brother's friends. I was kind of being spite.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm playing this out hypothetically as well. But do you think
no, probably. Well, I mean, probably not. But
I
I'd make
wouldn't. I don't think I could.
Yeah, probably not, because
I could be the boss that says kick him out, but I'm not going to be the one that goes, hey, Rodrigo.
Now, if I wasn't associated with
I don't know why
if
I
they didn't
assumed
know
he
I
was
owned
Spanish.
it and they thought I was just in a paid position.
Actually, most homeless people I've seen are white, so you know.
But if I was just in a paid position and they thought you owned it and you did tell me to go and do it, I could. But if they think it's me, I'm the man in the power, I'm the one kicking him out, I couldn't.
Yeah.
If I could hide behind the fact.
Oh, if you can say, hey, this isn't me.
Yeah, this isn't me.
coming from the top.
Yeah, this is coming from the boss.
Yeah.
You got to go.
This is above my pay grade,
and
buddy.
I can do that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, a lot of people can, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they like doing that.
Yeah, it's
I think that's
very
a common-
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
It's normal.
when you're the only one in charge, it's kind of
When they know you're the one dropping the hammer on them.
and I shouldn't feel bad. And I already feel like now that I've turned 30, I don't feel bad. You know what?
Well, you shouldn't
Get out.
because
Get out.
it's beneficial for you and it's ultimately beneficial for them.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing this thing about Oprah and it said Oprah got fired from her first couple jobs or something. And it was like, think about it. That motherfucker fired Oprah. And it was like, no, he didn't. That dude, Leslie Jones says this. I'm not thinking this up originally. But she said, no, that dude fired some dumb young punk that needed to get fired so that she could then grow and become Oprah.
No, that's a great.
You know?
That's a great.
Yeah, so you need to fire those people because they are probably deserve a firing.
I don't
and
know
that'll-
why we keep talking about firing at this point, because we were talking about kicking out homeless people. From
Yeah,
the
right.
homeless shelter.
Hiring homeless people.
I'm going to give you a job at the
True.
homeless shelter.
So kicking out homeless people that don't meet up with the criteria.
They need that. They've already
would
been
need
kicked
it.
out, though.
Well, that's what I was going to argue, is that's why they're there in the first place.
Yeah.
Because they've kind of been kicked out of everywhere, and they've ran themselves.
Okay, so it's no longer a shelter. It's a permanency.
Yeah,
I'm just going to create a homeless permanency.
a homeless shelter. Isn't that what
Shelter.
they are?
They just
anyways?
provide shelter, and they rotate out. Like, they leave and come back. leave
Yeah.
and come back. I would do a permanent residence.
So you've invented a homeless shelter.
and visit a homeless home.
A homeless prison.
They will no longer be homeless.
Yeah, you're gonna stay here and have a fucking home whether you like it or not.
And here's a job.
Yeah, and here's money. You're gonna give them all that.
No. Dang it. I knew this thought was
Damn
like
it, they're
not
all
well
getting
thought
high
out.
all day. You know they will pay you to. They'll give you fresh needles in San Fran.
What?
You can get new needles. Take your old needles, get them swapped out for new ones.
Oh, so you don't like it contract any?
That's what they say. Yeah. I mean, it does. It does prevent that.
Huh.
But it also, people go, hell yeah.
Wow.
I don't know where I was going with that. What'd you say?
You need to be closer to your mic because I.
Oh, really? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Fuck. I backed off for a second.
You did back
I was
up.
too busy thinking about you. Naked.
I feel like this whole last 10 minutes you're
Naked.
backed up.
Oh, probably. I'll probably delete it. But anyways, where are we at? Oh, we're at like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. We do got to go shopping.
Do we?
Well, you don't.
What else do we have to do today?
So we got to go give Gail's cat a pill that ultimately should have been done at 9 a.m.
Is it rectal?
No, it's oral.
Can it be rectal?
You want to do it?
Can I make it rectal?
You can make it rectal. I don't think it says anywhere on there you can't. If you really want to stick
I think
your
every
finger
pill
in.
can be rectal.
Yeah.
I mean, if I pop Advil in my ass, why not? It works better with X. It has to work better with Advil too.
I don't know why. I'm too visual for this, babe. I'm picturing you
I'm
putting
hoping
a
that
pill
you're
up your
visual.
butt.
That's exactly what
Pretty
I'm doing.
disgusting.
That's exactly what I'm doing. That's
Right now?
crazy because that's exactly what I do. It's like that. Like here's the, and then this is the pill.
I'm aware. I have the picture.
Sometimes I try to get it like this to where like here's my butthole and I get the pill and I like hold it.
Do you
like
think
that,
people think this is
and then I go, and it slides right in
healthy? Like maybe somebody might call because you have a problem.
with putting pills in my butt.
Yeah. It's a pill popping problem.
Yeah. At least it's not shooting up anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I just pop Advil in my ass.
Yeah, and then when you got to go in front of a judge,
I have
got
been
a pill
getting
popping.
more headaches though, so I don't think it works.
I don't know if you're serious because you might actually be getting more headaches, and this is the way you're telling me.
I've actually been getting less headaches. It's kind of funny. I haven't had a migraine in a couple months.
Oh, good.
I know.
I feel like it's been
I get
less
chronic
time than a
migraines.
couple months. It's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But it's fine. Couple months.
Well, I think I had a pretty bad headache, but I don't know if it would qualify.
You vomited.
Migraine.
You profusely vomited pus, and I was like,
Pus?
"Why am
It
I
was
vomiting
blood.
so much
It
pus?"
was blood. Why am I vomiting so much pus?
Yeah. Or kind of like when you tell me you're peeing. You know what you do have?
I pee razor blades.
Yeah.
That's common though.
You
That's every
have
time.
you have that problem.
Where I piss razor blades?
Yeah, he will call out of the bathroom
That I-
saying, "Ah!"
that
I'm
I
like,
eat
"Oh
a-
my god!" And it gets me every time. And I go, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And he goes, "It's like sharp CDs coming out of my pee hole."
It's broken CD case, honey.
I don't know. All I remember is it's sharp, pointy things coming out of your penis. And I'm like, "Honey, are you okay? Do you need some?"
No, it
do you
feels
need-"
like I'm pissing
do you have a
glass
UTI?
shards in here.
And I do. I get serious immediately because I don't care that he's the boy that cries wolf. One day he will feel
Yeah.
like he's pissing razor blades, and I'm not going to take it seriously.
actually
No, to be
told
my
them.
fault.
That I like to do bathroom humor.
Yeah.
I like to do things where I go in the bathroom and I go like, oh, like that. Make
Like you're
loud
pushing
noise.
out like a giant, like head size
in public
turd.
though. Like when I know somebody's in the next stall.
Do you though? I do. You tell me to shut up. You're
Ray
like,
does it.
Don't do that.
Don't do what? Well, I don't want people thinking my girlfriend's disgusting. My wife. I don't need people thinking my wife is out here dropping giant deuces.
No, I like to put my feet on the sides of the parcel things. What is that called? Like the partitions, like of the
Oh,
doors.
I was gonna say,
and
like,
then I shake
parcel?
it, and I'm like,
Is that what you did today?
in the porta potty, I did take a massive dump.
Did you really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I thought it was just a pee.
No, it was a
poo?
big dump.
It
It
was
was
a
a
poo?
big, like, solid dump, and I heard it go. And so you know what I did? Because
you
I was
feel-
like, I did get a little self-conscious. I will be honest.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, there might be people actually standing out here. So when the poop landed into the water, I clapped my hands.
That's usually what people do. That just meant that you had a good shit. Everybody understands that.
But I don't know why.
Just somebody happy about their poop.
I did.
Did
I
it start off
clapped.
slow? Were you like this? Like you just dropped the mother of all
No,
bombs?
but it just reminded me of like the blonde joke where she like farts with headphones on because she's farting to the beat.
I don't know that one.
You don't know the one about where it's like your mom's so blonde she wore headphones and started farting to the beat, not realizing she was wearing headphones, and so everybody around her.
Honey, are
heard
you
her
making
farting.
this up on the spot?
No,
It sounds like something Raylan made up.
No, this is a
Your
real.
mom's so dumb that she wears headphones.
I don't think
and
it was the your mom's so
farts
dumb.
to
I
the-
did bring in the your mom part.
farts to the.
No,
Your mom's
it was
so
like-
fat. She farts to
It's
the
the blonde
beat.
jokes. You never heard the blonde jokes
I
where
feel
it's like
that's hard. to control
no,
your
she
farts
had
to the beat.
headphones. So she okay, maybe it was me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, this is something that happened to me.
No, it talks about like it's a joke that a girl like was wearing headphones she was listening to music. That's what they say. They're like she's listening to music and she really has to fart. And she goes, "Oh, I know. I'll fart to the beat of the music." And so she goes to the beat of the music,
Yeah.
and then even walks up like to the front of the bus or like wherever she's at, and then goes and sits back down. And then everyone starts making these faces and then staring at her, and she doesn't know why. So then she takes her headphone out. That's why. She's listening to music to herself.
Yeah.
She just farted in front of all those people. But that's kind of how I felt
That was a good one.
the poop went.
I feel like you really messed it up the first time, but that makes sense. That's
well,
better.
because I wasn't going to explain the
then
joke.
she takes her head. Well, because you started it off with your mom's so dumb.
Your mom's so dumb that she wore headphones when she farted.
She farts to the beat of music while wearing headphones.
I think
That's what you should have said.
I don't care.
Your mom's so dumb that when she farts to the beat of music, when
She wears headphones.
she wears headphones.
And the world saw her.
Yeah.
But no, I really did take that massive poop. But I don't understand why my brain did what it did. Because I should have clapped.
I didn't hear the clap.
I should have clapped.
I heard this.
Well, then I stomped my foot a little too. I stomped my foot like on the ground because I was like, what's a noise? I know this is going to make a big splash. Like
it sounds
what?
like you're having a seizure.
What?
What? That doesn't sound
Well,
like.
it sounds like you're in there with me.
Yeah, it sounds like you're.
And I was in the handicap one.
You're clapping.
Good job. But I was in the handicap one. But I don't know why I did it. Like it was just natural for me to like come up with a reason to like make weird noises so that way nobody could hear me poop.
That was natural to you to
It
just
was
make random noises.
Because I didn't think about it, you know?
Yeah.
You know it's
instinct.
natural when you just don't think about
And
it.
you-
All I did think about was what noise can I make so nobody hears me pooping?
Why didn't you cough? The usual go-to.
Because again, I don't know.
Why not just go like, ah,
I
sure
don't
is
know.
hot in here.
I mean, I did do that earlier when I had to
Whoa,
fart.
it's hot in here.
That lady was sitting on the bench next to me.
Wow, that was a big dump. You should have tried that.
And you know what? I normally do go the opposite dramatic where it's like,
Why didn't you do that?
yeah, you're right. I should have.
Oh, God. You
That,
should have said like, oh, it's twins.
that's why I clapped.
Yay.
Twins.
It's a boy.
I do the cough thing for
Oy,
farting.
oy, oy.
I don't know. When I fart, I go and fart at the same time.
Yeah.
I did that.
Sometimes I can't help it. When I cough, I fart, and I go, huh, how perfect.
Sometimes I pee my pants when I sneeze. I don't know. It is perfect.
Me too.
That's what I gave my sister for her wedding.
Yeah.
And advice was
Don't shit your pants on your wedding day.
no, always blow your nose sitting on the toilet. And she said, Trina, that's for people who have had kids. And I said, and people like you.
Yeah, with big old loose pussies.
Dalton, that is not what I was saying.
Oh, what were you saying? What were you saying?
That was better than what I was saying. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay. What do you mean though?
Nothing.
No.
It could have been positive. It could not.
I
want to
hear the positive.
No, it's fine. It's
I was
not
just trying to
positive.
be funny.
Multitaskers.
Yeah. Oh.
You could
Okay.
pee and blow your nose at the same time.
Okay. That's way different than what I thought. I'm out of water now.
Hey,
Hey.
what's going on here? Oh, I have a good time.
Are you having a good time?
Yeah.
Have you liked your time so far this episode?
Yeah, I have liked my time so far this episode. I feel like I might have overstayed my welcome. And
Do you feel that way? No. I feel like we just took the first 30 minutes kind of getting in.
yeah.
Getting into
You
the
could
swing of
probably
things
just
a
delete
little
the
bit.
first 30 minutes.
We'll never know. 3 minutes maybe.
You
Yeah.
said, we'll never know. I will know.
Well, you'll. You never know is what I meant to say. I thought I said.
You might have.
So.
Well, we'll know if you did because we'll hear it.
How long do you think it'll be till you get back on here?
Well,
monthly? Want to do this
considering
monthly?
Yeah, maybe monthly. I'll just have to actually listen to your podcast
Or
so
no
I can talk more
commitments
shit
yet.
about it on.
Oh, right. To do your response episodes.
What was it? It was response episodes, but it was truth bombs.
That's maybe something you said. I didn't say that.
I know I did.
Yeah, I wouldn't have co-opted that. Yeah.
Mind blown. Mind blowing
Mind-blowing revelation.
mind blowing information.
That'll work.
Oh, so I did try to get you that comedy gig, but you didn't really want to talk to dude.
What do you mean?
What do
We
you
talked about it at the bar, and then when I walked away from it, we walked outside and we were hanging out, and then you went back inside and you were talking to him. But what do you mean? What am I gonna say? I haven't done stand-up comedy in over 4 years.
Yeah.
3 years. 4
Now you need to stand up and do comedy. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get it. I just don't know if I'll do it if he asks me to. But I feel weird asking him to do it when I have no material prepared. No.
Again, I've already told you multiple times that it's not you asking him. He wants to do it, but doesn't know people
Well, he didn't
who
sound
are
like it when you
who
brought
are
it up. He was like,
because he was
yeah.
drunk. But he doesn't know people who are entrepreneurs like ourselves and
Okay.
wanting to start something. Maybe it's just me and I will run it. And you know what? I'll go up there and I'll be funnier than you and the world will see.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt
My
it.
voice is squeaking.
I heard it that time, yeah. You're wheezy?
No, it was like something stuck in my throat.
Oh.
All this water that I have to drink that you don't.
All right, I think we're going to end it there, yeah? So that is episode 21 for the podcast. Thank you to my beautiful wife for joining me for today. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all you're going to say? Anything else you'd like to add?
No.
It's my mama's birthday.